Hello and welcome to the most powerful motorsport in the world, tractor pulling. It's the European Championships, which for the first time is being staged in Norway, at Brunner, close to Stavanger on the west coast. Thousands of fans have made the long journey here from most of Europe and Scandinavia to see over 70 tractors battle it out in 7 classes to find out who'll take home the coveted titles. Part of the enjoyment is being able to check out the teams and the pits and buy merchandise, of course, anything from ear protectors to hats to t-shirts of your favourite teams. And then the ETPC president, Jan Buitenhuis, will open the event.
I hereby declare the 3rd year's European Championships tractor pulling for open.
And there, Katrina, Catherine and Marita will be presenting the trophies and turning more than a few heads. Well, the first class is the 3.5-ton Superstocks, and this is the German sledge which they're using. And for those of you who are new to the sport, the object is to pull this sledge down a 100-metre track to make a full pull. This gets you a place in the final, where the winner is the one pulling the furthest. The green light is on, Edwin Dirksen has had the green flag, and Hydrostock Bits and Pieces is ready to get the championship underway. But he has had problems this season. And it looks like they've struck again.
Obviously it doesn't want to build boost, and it smells pretty good for bad oil, so I have a suspicion that the bottom charger is broken.
So does that mean you're out?
We don't know, we just dropped 6 places and then start wrenching like an idiot and then see if we can fix it.
So, not a good start to the class. Maybe that'll change with the next into the arena, which is Zappo from Holland, with Theo Broekhuis in charge. He's 41, sells tractors for a living. The New Holland TBT 100, a little unbalanced, but still going over for our first full pull, so things are looking up. Now from Denmark, this is Hobo with Henrik Iversen. It's an international 6588, but converted to an alky burner. And we've heard earlier that he hopes the recent repairs are good enough for today. Well, it kept together, but 72.82 won't win any medals for Hobo. But Willem Veldhuizen should be relatively confident. His 2 tractors were 1st and 2nd in last year's championships in Denmark, and he's favourite to make it 4 wins in a row in the Eurocup, so why not a full pull in Brunner? Seems to have got the weight distribution okay. Oh, and that was just about perfect. Edwin, you're looking very sad. What happened?
The nut was coming off of the shaft from the bottom charger. So the nut was lying in the pipe, so in the tube. It's a long way for the small distance.
Yes, indeed. Let's hope Interaction has better luck. 46-year-old Bram Koels is a farmer and was 4th in the Dutch Championship. Needs a full pull to get into the final, or 89.16 for 3rd place. Captured in glorious Technicolor, and 90.55 for Interaction. So Bram takes the bronze, and no wonder he has a smile on his face, as should all the Dutch fans here in Norway. This will be a 1-2-3 for Holland, as many predicted it would be. Very strong in this class, and indeed most of the events in the championships. So the first into the arena in the pull-off final is Theo Broekhuis and Zappo. Starting well, but then getting unbalanced again, and ending at 72.4 metres. So Willem has 72.4 to beat, and it's beginning to spit with rain. Oh yes, never a doubt. That's another title to the Bits and Pieces team, just short of the 100-metre mark. 96.07 for Mankal Bits and Pieces, and here it is again from our camera on the sled. Getting very close to the left-hand side, but still winning with style. As we see the final result. second to Zappo, and third to Interaction. So let's go over to the prize-winning ceremony, and Willem normally likes to get the Kismis to stand alongside him. We suggested that winning was becoming a habit for him.
Before the pole, you want to set up your tractor to a certain degree, and it worked out very well today. And this track in combination with the sled had a lot of grip.
So Magcal Bits and Pieces and Willem Veldhuizen, the 2008 European Superstock champions. Time for us to move on to our second event, the 0.950 kilo modifieds. I spoke to two of the favourites, beginning with Wim Dingerink of the Lambada team.
Yeah, I don't know, the Mini was this year not so good. Yeah, last year we are champion, but the last 4 games we are maybe in the last places. A lot of problems with the tires and also with the engine. But yeah, it's a new day and new chances. Maybe he can do it again.
While Toy was going to be on home ground, we asked where it was built.
Just about 10 kilometers from here. And the owner that had before is here on this what do you call it, European Championships. So they hope we are winning.
The Danish fans have been waiting for Wild Toy and hoping that Johan Lauritsen can beat the big boys as he did at Herning in the Eurocup at the end of July. Opening up his Keith Black. Oh, but he doesn't have the speed. And Johan unable to cause another surprise. 97.36 is his distance. Now this is the reigning European champion, Lambada 6 with Gert Dingerink. Also won the Eurocup for the last 5 years. And there Keith Black stage 10 is looking forward to the challenge of a full pull. And that's the way to do it. A full pull and a fire at the end.
There we go.
Obviously something amiss.
There was some explosion in the engine and we tried to fix it and hopefully in the final. But I'm not sure.
Well, the Lambada team taking it back to their trainer to sort out the problem as we move on with Mark Pacey and the dealer. Mark comes from Northampton and is in road haulage. Second in last year's Eurocup. Just like Wild Toy, running out of steam at the end. 97.63 for the dealer and an oh well not this time look as he returns to the pits. Well, it's back to Holland and they have high hopes for the riddle with Erik van Asselt. A powerful Hemi engine and this is only his 5th ride. The Mini was bought from America. Drifting left. Brake correcting and oh goodness me, that was a wild one. He started with 4 wheels and ended with 2 and a very broken Mini. But fortunately he seems to be okay. Just very shaken. Well, this is one experience he's unlikely to forget in a hurry. And here you can see where the rear wheel sheared off.
Begin to bouncing and I didn't expect that I lose a wheel.
Yeah, you lost 2 wheels.
Yes, I see it. I'm not glad.
So still very shaken but very diplomatic. Erik van Asselt as we see it again. And the flying wheel ended up by the barrier. Not a pretty sight. Now from Germany, this is Hothead with David Baumer from Münster. It's a Chevy 540. Got good speed. But this will be close. But that is a full pull to the German, 31 centimetres over the 100. As we move swiftly on to Let's Try from Holland, with Oscar van der Wiener from Flevoland. Chevy 572 with a little fill blower. And that is another excellent run. Now we have 3 full pulls, and it's going to be a really good final. 105.8 for Let's Try from Holland as we see it again from the sledge camera. And a nice one from Let's Try. Here are the 3 finalists, Lambada the 6, Hothead and Let's Try. A Dutch sandwich for the Germans. Well, Gert Dingerink and his team seem to have sorted out the problem with Lambada, and he's ready and raring to go. Thumbs up to the flagman, and then it's let the horses loose. Oh yes, the horses have done well. Gert raises his arm, he thinks he's done enough to win, and so does his brother Wim. Well, 102.35 is the distance, and that is a happy man who thinks he's retained the title. But there's still 2 more to pull. From Germany, this is Daniel Baumer and Hothead. Started in 2002, and this could be his big moment. The Chevy 540 is not as powerful as Lambada's Keith Black, but a good pull nevertheless. 92.63 is his distance. Now the last to pull. Let's Try from Holland with Oscar van der Wiener from Flevoland. Truck mechanic by trade. He's never been so close to a European title before. Beginning to slow, he needs 92.64 to take second place. And yes, he does it. 97.11. So second place for Let's Try. Hothead is third. And Wild Toy from Denmark fourth. But without a doubt, Lambada the 6 is the 2008 European champion. Jan Boutenhaus congratulating the winners. And then we spoke to Gert and asked him about the problem with his qualifying run.
What I see was about the 70 or 80 meter, one of the spark plug cables. We drive a double ignition, this one cylinder was one of the cables came out, and just a piece of the spark plug was turning around in the top side of the exhaust pipe. Everything go well the second pull. And there was one of the nice ones, unbelievable.
We move on to the third class of the day, the 2-wheel drives. And first we spoke to last year's champion, Jan Luendijk from Sledgehammer.
I think in Holland we have 5 potential European champions, and they're all 5 here, so it can be first and it can be 5th or 6th or 7th or 8. But I think it will come between the 5 Dutch teams, I think.
3, 2, 1.
Well, they were the favourites, and they've lived up to their favourite status. Marcel Cray has the honour to go first. He has to set the bar for the others to try and hop over. Slowly off the line, and then throttled to the floor. And 93.49 is the distance for Heart to Beat. Now it's the turn of Sledgehammer and Jan Luendijk. Will he pip Heart to Beat at the post? He's put weight on the front to keep it down. No, not today. 90.68 for Jan, but second place is an option. Yes, and why not look nice for your fans? How about the hair? That's better. So, 2 down, 3 to go in the final, as Peter Van Essen gets ready with Intertechno Predator. And Predator making a distance of 88.92, so third place at the moment. Now Screaming Bobcat is ready to make his run. Barry Bohr is a student from Zwolle. Just lacking those extra few yards. 88.2 is the distance for Bobcat. So last to go. No Illusion with Gerard Jonkman. Can his Hemi Stage 10 get him into the medals? Well, he's giving it a good shot. But that's 84.36 and 5th place for No Illusion as we look at the result. Heart to Beat recaptures the European crown. Last year's champion was 2nd and Intertechno Predator was 3rd. So Marcel getting his fair share of the kisses. Well, he did win, didn't he? But it's always a close contest with these guys. But we spoke to Marcel after the prize giving.
Yeah, the starting was a little bit difficult and he's gone a little bit of bouncing in the tires. And I give slowly full throttle and he's hook up and he's going like mad. Very good, yeah, very good.
Marcel Kraai and Heart to Beat, the 2008 European champion. Moving on to the final class of this, the first day of the European Tractor Pulling Championships at Brunner in Norway. It's the 3.5 ton modified, but first we spoke to Wim Dingerink.
We built a new tractor this last winter and yeah, we have in Holland only 1st and 2nd places. It's unbelievable. Five times 2nd and 5 times 1st places. And we are champions in the Dutch champion.
Last year's European champion. This is Intertechno Lambada with Wim Dingerink. Hoping to make it a Dingerink double first day. Oh, full pull to Lambada. Yeah, very convincing stuff. Right, now we move on to Green Monster from Germany. Driven today by Tobias Horskamp, who's 28 years old. 2 Allison V12s providing the power. Really screwing it on. And that is our 2nd full pull. Tobias Horskamp, who steered Green Monster to a full pull, is also driving Green Fighter. A different configuration from the Monster, but still 2 Allisons providing the power. Ooh, this is going to be close. But yes, full pull to Green Fighter, so it's looking good for Tobias. 29-year-old Bert Whitak is a truck mechanic in Antwerp, but at the weekends he drives Baby Duck. He won the European Championship in 2006 at Lubesac in France, and he'd love to repeat that here in Norway. His Isotovs are doing their job, and that is a full pull to the Belgian. That's his father helping him on the track, and he's also delighted. Now from Denmark, this is 17-year-old Henrik Jensen and Black Power. He was 4th last year in Herning, so he'd like to go at least one better today. Oh, this is going to be shaky, guys. That's about 10 meters short. Yes, 90.74 for Black Power, and he misses out on the medals yet again. Well, Beverel Beaver from Holland was 3rd in this event at Lubesac, and Jaap van Diest from Putten wants another podium place today. But first, there's the matter of a full pull standing in the way. Bit light at the front. But Jaap thinks he's done it. Yes, 101.2 is his distance, and with confidence like that, the sky's the limit. Now the last to pull, Whispering Giant. Another Isotov configuration. this will be another close call. Do you think he's done it? 100.71 centimetres for Whispering Giant and Bas Liefding. So as the sun sets, let's look at the full pools. There's 3 from Holland, 2 from Germany, 1 from Belgium, and they all have a chance to win. Well, Intertechno Lambada is the first into the arena. A lot of weight on the front, giving maximum grip to the rear wheels. And this looks a really good pull. It's a 110 metre floating finish. Oh, and that's over the 100. 104.17 to Lambada and Wim Dingerink, who doesn't want to let go of the title. It's 9 o'clock in the evening and still a large crowd getting their money's worth. Over to Germany. This is Green Fighter with Tobias Horstkamp. Not so good for the fighter. He excels in the heavier 4.5 ton class tomorrow, and that's only 81.51 for Tobias, who is a busy man. He's also driving Green Monster, so he needs to get back to the pits in a hurry. And that's where the Monster Baby comes in handy. See you in a couple of minutes. Well, this is Baby Duck from Belgium. And what the idea of that flashing light is, I have no idea. Bert Whitack disappearing into the gloom. It's a bit like you see on an aircraft, isn't it? Well, the low-flying Baby Duck had a distance of 90.65, which is second place at the moment, with 3 more to pull. Well, Tobias made it in time. This is Green Monster, 8th in 2007, 4th in 2006. What will 2008 have in store for him? Oh, could well be a place on the podium. That is a good pull from Tobias. A distance of 97.85, second place behind Lambada. This is Beverel Igebever and Jaap van Diest from Putten. 104.18 to win, 90.66 to take third place. Good one from Jaap. 95.32 for Igebever. As we reach the final competitor in this class on day 1 of these championships. It's Whispering Giant, the name given to the Comet, the first commercial jet airliner. Well, they're waiting with bated breath at the end. But they can rest easy. 93.47 for Whispering Giant and 4th place overall. As we check the final results, Beverel Igebever 3rd, Green Monster 2nd, and the 2008 European champion is Intertechno Lambada with Wim Dingerink, who gets carried to the podium. It's a Dutch double to the Dingerink brothers.
The same as last year, and we never believed that here again is possible. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Very, very happy.
Intertechno Lambada, the 2008 European champion. And welcome back to day 2 of the 30th European Tractor Pulling Championships at Brno, Norway, where we start with the largest class of the championships, the 3.5 ton Pro Stocks, with Holland and Finland accounting for over half. I first asked Mikkels Galsgaard if he was happy with the track with a lot of grip.
That will be good, because I think we have a strong tractor, and we used to go doing good on a good track, so but you never know what happened. To the EC we've never been lucky, so I don't know why. We never do any changing to a track like that or something, but I don't know. Sometimes the luck is not with us.
But maybe his luck will change today. He's Danish champion, was 4th last year in the Europeans in Denmark, was also 2nd in the Euro Cup last year, so lots of nearlies and what might have been, but never really winning the big event. But this looks like a good start. Yes, that's a full pull to John Deere. But the Danish fans liked it. Pekka Hurlevy is Mr. Tractor Pulling in Finland. He's won this class twice, is 5 times Euro Cup winner, and his son Matti and daughter Johanna have also picked up their fair share of the honours. And it looks like he's after more today. Oh yes, that was an impressive full pull from the Finn. And that's his daughter Tina at the end of the track, SMSing Johanna, who's back at home with her new daughter. So not a bad pull from the granddad. Willem Tamming is the usual first flagman, but for the first time I can remember, he's at home in Holland because of family arrangements, so Peter de Wit has taken his place. Nothing kills like a Magnum. For Deere read John Deere and Magnum read Case International Magnum. This is Extreme Temptation with William de Vos from near Utrecht. He's got the weight distribution about right. Oh, and breathing fire at the end. Full pull to Extreme Temptation. Let's see it again from our sledge camera. Going very close to out of bounds on the right. It's another international, another Dutchman. Third for the past 2 years, Euro Cup winner in 2007, and looks like he'll win it again this year. It's Rocky with Barent Huybrechts. Also a little light at the front, but no problem for the Euro Cup holder. And now we have 4 in the pull-off. Next sensation is into the arena next. Another Dutch tractor, this time from Amsterdam, with Jurian June buckling up. He grows flowers for a living, specialising in lilies. It's another Valtra. And going really well. Oh, raising his arm, he says, it's now a 5-way final with a lot more to pull. And I'm sure he won't be the last. 104.23 the distance. Now, this is the only entry from Norway in this event, Tonje Harding, driven by Odd Erling Klinsmann, known as Seven, as he has 4 brothers and 2 sisters. Lives about 6 kilometres from here, so I expect a lot of family will be here today. Well, he's giving it an arm and a leg, but only making it into the 90s. 95.78 for Tonje Harding and 7. Now this is Matti Hurlevy's second tractor, Countdown. It's been for sale for more than a year since he won the European Championships with it last year in Herning. Still no takers, so I guess the price must be too high. Straightening up on the track and really giving it some welling. And yes, that's a fine full pull for the champion. He's not impressed, but must be a Dutch fan with a hat like that. Now the last to pull from Denmark, it's Jakob Jensen with Bokkerbruser. Had his share of problems this year, but has done enough to take second place behind John Deere in the Danish Championships. Slowly away, but then screwing on the power. Oh, and that's a fine pull from Bokkerbruser. Right, good job from the Dane. And a fine way to complete the qualifications. It means that we have 7 in the pull-off final, 2 from Finland, 2 from Denmark, and 3 from Holland. And all the big names are there, so it should be great for the spectators. Here's the first to pull. The veteran grandfather from Finland, Pekka Hurlevy and Sigma Power. Easing off the line, and the changes to the sledge making this pull much harder, as it should be, of course. And that's 89.1 for Sigma Power. Extreme Temptation is the next to pull with William de Vos. Well, very unbalanced and having to brake early on. But not threatening Sigma Power. 80.17 is the distance for Extreme Temptation. Now it's the first of the Danish tractors, John Deere. Danish champion and always unlucky at the Europeans. Will Mikkel Galsgaard's luck change today in Brunner? Taking an awful lot of power to pull this German sledge. Oh, he shakes his head. Just 78.88, so with 4 more to pull, his chances of getting a bronze are pretty slim. But the Danish fans showing their support. Now the reigning Eurocup holder, Rocky and Barend Huybrechts. 89.1 is the distance to beat to grab European glory. Oh, he's not going to do it. 85.32, so into second place for the Dutchman with 3 more to pull. Now this is next sensation with Jurien June, the young flower grower from near Amsterdam. And it really would be a sensation if he got into the medals. Oh, having to brake correct, and that unbalanced him. Just 57.76 for next sensation. Now, can the European champion repeat the procedure from Herning and beat his father to the gold? Matti Hurlevy and Countdown. No, he can't. He looks behind him to see if it's the kill switch that's been pulled, but it wasn't from the sledge. Tina is looking concerned and relays the bad news back to Finland. So with just 1 more left to pull, it's all down to Jakob Jensen with Booker Bruiser, 12th last year, 2nd in the Danish championships. Now Jakob, it's your time to shine. Slowish from the start, but then pushing the throttle hard down. This is good. Oh, very good. Jakob looks across. He's done it. Booker Bruiser is the new European champion. Very unexpected, but well earned. And I think it's still sinking in for the Danish fans. But Jakob Jensen has broken yesterday's Dutch dominance at these championships, and he is delighted. Before we go to the presentation, let's take a quick look at the overall result. The top 3 look like this. Rocky is 3rd, Sigma Power, the long-time leader, is 2nd, and with the final pull, Jakob Jensen and Booker Bruiser do it for Denmark. And Jakob enjoying his moment of glory.
From the first, it seems to be a very good track. And in the first pull, we had our engine too cold. And we just take all the water off it, just run it very hot.
The hot Booker Bruiser and Jakob Jensen, the 2008 European Pro Stock champion. Moving on to the second class of the day, the 2.5 ton modifieds, where Denmark also have a good chance for more success.
That's very nice class, and we hope to beat 1 time the Black Power. So he wins so many times and we are close to them, but it's difficult.
Well, we hope on a good track and we can use all our horsepower. We hope the track not getting slippy in the top. So, but it seems now it's no more rain today, so I think it's okay.
Well, there'll be a lot of Danes hoping Peter is right. But we start with Peter's tractor, Green Spirit 7, driven today by Jeffrey Costagna, 27-year-old from Eindhoven. He's got his Rolls-Royce Griffin purring nicely. Over and out the end for Green Spirit 7, 114.6 is the distance. And that's a nice way to start the class. Now from Great Britain, this is Black Gold and Ashley Middleton. Ashley Middleton was the last person to beat Black Power in these championships. That was in 1998 and 1999. And Ashley is here today with Peter Wilkins, who'll be driving Black Gold. They had a lot of problems early in the season, but they seem to be a thing of the past now. A bit light at the front. Somewhat unbalanced. But doing what was necessary. That's another full pull. 105.91 the distance.
We would be happy if we can stay in the top 5 today, so it's a very hard competition, I think, and the track looks nice, and we are glad to be in top 5. That's our goal.
Well, Dirk needs a full pull to help him towards his aim. The single Allison doing the business. And doing it very well by the looks of it. That is another full pull. 108.34 for Green Monster. Now the reigning champion, Black Power from Denmark. Well, the sledge must be very light for this class, but Paul Ower is not complaining. Over for another full pull, 116.6, the longest so far for Black Power, and he looks quite confident. Now from Norway, this is Museum's Power, the second, with Trond Nedrebro. He knows the track well, knows what's needed, and he'll have the backing of the crowd. Let's see if he can also make a full pull, and he'll need a kind of magic. And what a great run this is from the Norwegian. Just what the crowd were hoping for. That is a full pull from Museum Power the second. Jack Steinen is 37 and comes from near Eindhoven. And Rocket Science has a DAF methanol truck engine. Let's see if he can make it to the final. That's it, put your foot down, mate. And this is a good run from the Dutchman. Oh yes, a well-deserved full pull. So that means we have 6 in a pull-off final because Museum's Power has technical problems and won't be coming to the start. But I'm sure you all have your favourites. Well, we begin with the Le Coiffeur. Frank Bartholomew is the driver. It's a Rolls-Royce Griffin engine. Moving about the track a bit. Oh, and then it all goes pear-shaped for Le Coiffeur. 76.41 is the distance, and either they were not impressed or just disappointed. Now, Black Gold. Ashley Middleton has a hospital appointment next week, and a good result would certainly cheer him up, I'm sure of that. Let's see what Peter Wilkins can do. It's home James and don't spare the horses. Peter willing on Black Gold. And 94.32 is the distance. And now we'll have to wait and see if it's good enough to take the gold. Next into the arena, it's Green Spirit the 7th with Jeffrey Castagny. Came to Herning in July and beat Black Power in the Euro Cup, and he'd love to do it again today. Keeping it straight down the middle, not quite the speed of Black Gold, nor the distance. 91.22, so 3 meters behind and currently in second place. Now Dirk Wessel and Green Monster, which has a new computer-regulated system. Maybe it regulates the Allison engine, but it can't change the weight distribution, and it's far too light at the front. Oh, well, that was a wild ride from Green Monster, and when he crashed down from one of the hops, it smashed the left front wheel, almost off, but you have to go for it in the European final. And this is not quite the exit that Dirk was hoping for. Now, all eyes to the start. It's 12 times European champion Black Power and Paul Ower Jensen, going for the 13th title. Unlucky for some, maybe not for Black Power. Screwing on the power. Is it enough? No, he shakes his head. It's not his lucky day. 88.19 is the distance, and that means third place at the moment with one more to pull. This is the Dutch hope, Rocket Science with Jack Steinen. And I don't think that Jack could have gotten more out of the DAF truck engine. 82.85 is the distance, which means the Black Gold with Peter Wilkins takes the European title. Green Spirit the 7th is second and Black Power third. As we go over to the presentation, Black Gold previously won in 98 and 99, and now in 2008, a well-deserved victory. Black Gold, European 2.5-ton modified champions.
We were hoping to be pretty well up, but to come first, no, it was a bit of a tall order, but we put a lot of work in and it paid off, so we're very pleased with it, very pleased. Got a lot to thank Ashley for, and his wife Jo, for giving me the opportunity to drive the track there, and it's been great this year. We've had a lot of problems, we've got over them, we've worked hard, and I think the result says it all really.
Moving on to the final class, the 4.5-ton modifieds, where there are 5 countries represented, we spoke to some of the drivers before the start.
Yeah, we ended up in number 3 last year to the European Championship, so we're satisfied with that, and we hope we can do the same this year.
It depends on the day what you can do. If you are lucky, you got chances, but we don't know.
We hope to be competitive and to reach podium or something. So it's possible, I think.
First on the track is Ivan with Christian Sommer behind the wheel. They have 3 Isotov DV3s providing the power. Off he goes. Keeping it pretty straight. And that is a full pull to the German, but only just. 100.16, so just over. Now it's Peter Direct and Green Spirit the 6, 2 massive Rolls-Royce Griffin engines, and when he opens them up you can really feel the earth move. Oh yes, Peter is well over, and that means we will have a pull-off final. 109.88 is distance. Well, the 2 sons have both taken gold, why not Dad as well? This is Intertechno Lambada with Willem Dingerink in charge. Oh yes, that's the way to do it. Putting it out the end with a distance of 107.48. Baby Duck was 5th in yesterday's 3.5-ton modifieds, but he prefers this heavier class, where he was European champion in 2003. Wow, he's really got his Isotovs fired up. And that was a fine full pull for Bert Whitak from Belgium. Now this is another 4 Isotov configuration. Whispering Giant with 36-year-old Bas Liefting at the controls. He was 4th in yesterday's event. He's using 2 DV3s and 2 DV2s. Another solid run from the Dutchman. 102.75 his distance. Green Fighter won the title in this class in 2002 and is always there or thereabouts in the final reckoning. Enrico Volaton is behind the wheel, but they have had problems this year. Let's see what the German from Foottalk can do. Going well, but then dying on the line. And that's just 22 centimetres from a full pull. As we move on to the last to pull from Denmark, it's Fox with Martin Larsen. 5 Oldsmobile belting out the power, but it was not good enough. 87.50 is the distance for Fox. So we have 5 in the pull-off final, 3 from Holland and 1 each from Belgium and Germany. A fitting climax to these championships. First to go, it's Christian Sommer and Ivan. Very light at the front. And that's an up and down performance, which made him 78.53. Now it's Peter Direct and Green Spirit the 6th. All problems for the Dutchman. And I think he had something wrong with his crossbox. But that's what can happen when you push things to the limit in this sport. 87.41 is the distance for Green Spirit. Well, waiting down at the start is 29-year-old Bert Whitack with his baby ducks. He needs 87.42 to take the lead. Pretty straight run. Oh, and I'm sure he's our new leader. Yes, 95.87 for Baby Duck with 2 more to pull. This is Bas Liefting with Whispering Giant. Never won a European Championship before, but now's his chance. Almost perfect pulling position. And 97.98 is the distance, so the lead changes hands yet again. So 1 more to go. Can Intertechno Lambarda make history? Never before have a father and 2 sons taken 3 separate titles at the European Championships. It's Willem's chance right now. Giving it all he's got. Oh, and that is a piece of history. 99.5. This has been the Dingering's Championships. Wim took the 3.5 mods, Gert the 9.5 minis, and now Willem makes it a full house. Great achievement. And being saluted by the crowd.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. We have not so many words for that because it was. We have won a lot of the titles. We are 44, 45. We never take the triple in the European Championship, and that's the highest way what you can have. And
here's the final result: Baby Duck 3rd, Whispering Giant 2nd, and Intertechno Lambarda, the 2008 4.5-ton modified champion. Well, that's it from the 2008 European Tractor Pulling Championships. We hope you have all enjoyed the action and excitement. This is Roger England saying enjoy your pulling and stay safe. Bye.